bosses, welcome back to your favorite show, The Truck Boss Show. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to our channel and hit that bell notification so you're up to date with all the latest trucker news.
That's right, and we've got a great show for you today. Here's what we have on tap. We get a tour of one of the sweet rigs from the Mafia, the HaterMade Mafia, that is. You won't want to miss it. Plus, we talk to Mark Anthony about the importance of finding your side hustle.
And we get a special look into the TBS Factoring Engine Life ebook. It'll give you all of the information you need to know on how to give your engine a really long life. So, are you ready? Let's take a ride. Buckle up and get ready for an in-depth look at the HaterMade379 with the one, the only, the famous, the head of the HaterMade Mafia himself, Jacob Bonham. Psst, it's a pretty sweet ride. Check it out. How's it going, bosses? We're here with our good friend Jacob. We're so happy to see you again, Jacob. And we're here with his beautiful, can you say beautiful, Peterbilt, turquoise at that. I love it. Tell us a little bit about your rig.
Oh, this truck is a 2007. It's a legacy Peterbilt 379. It was last year 379. They built 1,000 of these trucks, and this is number 102 of 1,000. We work it every day. We haul heavy equipment all over the country. We actually built the truck from, I guess you say, ground up after we purchased it. Can't say enough about the truck. It works every single day. I do get a lot of attention with it, but I try to keep it up. It's high maintenance.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure you get so many looks and kids loving it.
Yeah, kids do love it. I have a huge following of young kids, and that makes it all worth it to me. You know, at No Coast Large Car Show a couple weeks ago, I was pulling through the gate, an 80-year-old kid said, "Hey, you're the reason why I'm here, HaterMade."
Aww.
And I said, "Wow." And it's pretty humbling in a good way that we have such a love from people.
Yes.
There's hate too, but the love is so overwhelming.
It is. The love is what makes us all do it, right?
Exactly.
It makes it all worth it. And it brings us together in a community.
That's right.
Okay, well, give us a tour of your truck. Got to tell us everything.
Well, all these parts come from Kelly's Truck Parts in Nacogdoches, Texas. You know, Roadworks built the custom grill, the bumper. The window chops on the truck was actually the last thing that I put on it because I wanted to have them measured. So it'll be one line with the visor going down. The truck is outfitted also with like 330 trucks lights. I can flip the switch and they all go blue on
330.
the truck. Yes, ma'am.
Wow.
Yeah, a lot of lights to keep up with, honestly.
I love it though. 330, like that's amazing.
Exactly, and I love it at night. It looks good at night. It's lit up, and the interior, I had the new gen, put a painted floor in it, take all the dash panels out, paint them blue, take all the door panels that were wood, paint them blue. But the interior, I wanted to keep some legacy stuff alive, which is, this is an iconic truck in its own right due to it being the last year that 379 was made. Mm-hmm. Then they come out with 389 versions of them. And, so I wanted to keep some of that stuff, factory, I guess, and put a little bit of custom touch to it. I always remove my shoes. I don't drive with no shoes on too, to kind of preserve the floor because it's painted. Sometimes people look at you crazy, but hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. I take that initiative, the extra mile to try to preserve the truck.
Hey,
looking good.
If I had this sucker, I would too. Jacob, thank you so much for giving us a tour of your rig. And bosses, stay tuned. We're gonna be bringing you more. How awesome was that? If you want to follow Jacob and his ride, follow him on Instagram at HaterMade379. Chris, what you got for us?
As we all know, trucking isn't a job that just anyone can do. Truckers spend a lot of time away from their homes and families, so that's why picking up another hobby can make the days much more fulfilling. We talked to Mark Anthony about why it's important for you to find your side hustle and how it can even be a way for you to make some extra cash. Check it out.
For many drivers, trucking is more than just a career. It's a profession that requires a lot of sacrifice, including being away from your home, family, and friends. So it's no surprise that drivers can begin to feel lonely, develop unhealthy habits, and even fall into depression. Mark Anthony is no stranger to trucking, so we talk about his experience.
One thing that you'll face is you'll miss the family if you have one. Another thing is the roads will seem like they're long, especially when you're given the miles that, oh, we're giving you a 2,000 mile trip. And in your mind, you might psychologically be thinking, oh my God, that's 2,000 miles. That's like forever. So there's a bunch of different obstacles when you first come into trucking that will make you feel a certain way and may even force you out and you feel that you can't do it.
But there are ways that you can develop new levels of creativity and fulfillment outside of the cab. But why is it important to find your side hustle? What's the point of adding more things to your plate?
The important thing about finding another source of income is because it's another source of income. If you just rely on one thing and that's it, if that falls apart for whatever reason, now you don't have anything.
Finding your side hustle can be another way for you to make money on top of trucking. But where do I even begin? How would I find that thing that I love to do?
What you want to do when you're out here is, since you have so much time to yourself, when you shut down, you just delivered, if you got a day or so, why aren't you doing something else that might produce another type of income for you? Now, you may be a person who's creative with graphics, on a computer. Maybe you're designing a website for someone. Maybe you're good at fixing cars, so you reached out to a certain mechanic shop and you say, I'm here on these days, do you mind if I, give you a hand? For me, I was doing the YouTube videos, but after shooting so much, I realized I didn't know how to take pictures. I didn't know how to really do photography like a professional. So I just decided to really I buried myself in shooting every day back there. And it's by practicing every day that it has brought me to this level of being a brand ambassador.
Everyone has an interest in something, and more than likely, there's probably a way you can make money off of it. But at the end of the day, it's not all about the money. It's about maintaining your own health and happiness.
Think of whatever it is that you have a big interest in. If you are passionate about something, or maybe there's something that you're interested in and you haven't done it, try watching it on YouTube when you shut down, and then bury yourself into learning about that thing. It doesn't have to necessarily be about money. You may make enough money for yourself, so maybe you just do this for that release, that feeling good about yourself, just to break up the everyday just drive in this truck, because it does and can be boring.
With the day and age we live in, it can be so easy for you to become an expert at something without ever spending a cent. Let us know what your side hustle is in the comments below. Nikki, what you got on your end?
Your rig's engine is the heart of your business, so it's important that you keep the engine in tip-top shape. There are some fundamentals that you should know to ensure your engine has a long, healthy life. Check it out.
Engine oil is a lot like the body's blood vessels. Our blood vessels carry oxygen and nutrients to the cells and transport carbon dioxide and waste products away from cells, the same way as engine oil. Oil circulates through the engine, performing critical functions necessary to maintain engine performance and maximize its useful service life. The primary purpose of engine oil is to minimize metal-to-metal contact that produces friction, heat, and wear and tear, which in turn causes additional wear and damages to moving engine parts. To break it down for you, engine oil has 4 essential jobs. To control soot from combustion byproducts, which can lead to oil thickening, premature filter clogging, and engine wear. To influence both low and high temperature protection and fuel economy with appropriate viscosity. To prevent or minimize friction and wear that is caused by corrosion, metal contact, and contaminants. And also to control deposits and keep the engine as clean as possible, especially in critical areas such as upper piston surfaces and the valve deck. So, what's the key for engine longevity and performance? Choosing the most appropriate engine oil for your engine and the operating conditions, and doing oil analysis to gauge your engine's health. Another key point about engine oil is oil's viscosity. This is the measure of an oil's resistance to flow along with the pressure and speed of movement. Viscosity also determines the thickness of the oil film between two moving surfaces. Engine oils are referred to as thick, having high viscosity, or thin, having low viscosity. An oil analysis is the best way to find potential problems or failures of your engine's internal parts and oil contamination. Through diagnostic oil analysis, hidden or emerging potential problems or failures can be identified. This allows appropriate preventative maintenance or repairs to be done early rather than waiting for costly, catastrophic failures.
If you'd like to know more information on engine life or to get the free ebook, visit the link in the description box below for a lot of free trucker resources. And this episode was sponsored by our friends at TBS Factoring Service. Actually, would you like to get paid the same day that you deliver a load instead of waiting 30 to 60 or 90 days? I do.
Yeah, that's for sure. TBS Factoring can help you get your money in your pocket faster. Visit the link in the description box for more information. And don't forget, Brake Safety Week starts on August 21st and it's running through the 27th. So you guys are going to want to be aware of that.
Yes, it is next week. They're going to be focusing on brake hoses and tubing. And you know, Chris, I read last year 12% of the vehicles that they inspected during Brake Safety Week 2021, 12% of them were put out of service.
Wow.
Yeah. So guys, be sure that you're checking everything, getting your maintenance work done before
you hit the road.
Before August 21st. Before you hit the road. And on the next show, guys, we are so excited because we are going to be at Busted Knuckle and we're going to be featuring all the highlights. We're going to be there on September 16th to see all the rigs. We're going to be going live and also live at the Convoy.
The best part.
The best part. We know you guys love to see it.
That's right. And we're also talking about hydrogen fuel and how it could be affecting the future of trucking.
Ooh, that sounds really good.
Yes, it'll be a good one.
It will. And we're also talking about Western Star. They have some major upgrades and features coming that you guys are not going to want to miss. There's some really good stuff, Chris, in there.
And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe because we can't do this without you.
And why do we do this, Chris?
Because you're the boss.
I'm not a sporty McSporterson, but you know, I'm good at dancing. And I'll do karaoke all day long.